Welcome to the 2020 Sacramento Archives Crawl. You have entered the jewel in the crown, the special collections and archives of the Sacramento Public Library, also known as the Sacramento Room. My name is James Scott. I'm an archivist in the room. We're happy to have you here. Today, we're going to take a tour of the room. We're also going to take a look at some artifacts that are the residue of celebration in the Sacramento region. The Sacramento Room opened in 1995 by way of the generous support of folks all throughout the Sacramento region. It sits in the original reference room of the Sacramento Free Public Library's main branch, which opened in 1918. Holding highlights include one of the most comprehensive collections of city directories and telephone books in the Sacramento region. Here is an 1856 letter written by John Sutter. He wrote it from Hawk Farm, which was a residence of his further up the Sacramento Valley from the capital. We have a terrific book arts collection. This is William Bowman's Grave of Lost Stories, his homage to Edgar Allan Poe. Here we have a coloring book, which is a product of the Oak Park chapter of the National Black Panther Party. This happens to be the absolute oldest item in the room. This is a collection of psalms from the Christian Bible. It is a great example of early bookmaking, predating the printing press, and then also early paper making. This happens to be made out of linen-based paper. Finally, we have Riley's map. Dating back to 1849, it is one of the earliest examples of post-European contact map making in the Sacramento Valley. Provides a really terrific rendering of the valley, and then also shows us a lot of the villages that existed in the mid-19th century that are now extinct, no longer around. So, based in a traditional public library, the Sacramento Room has the feel of a public library. Open stacks, plenty of tables, plenty of space, and we've got 20,000 volumes in here, primary source, secondary source, tertiary source materials that cover Sacramento history and California history. So that's the library end. However, we're also an archive, right? So we have altogether about 100 manuscript collections that cover all walks of Sacramento life, dealing with military, dealing with music and culture, also dealing with small business. So comprehensive manuscript collection. But what's also unique about the Sacramento Room, and it may not be a traditional library thing, is that we've got a comprehensive preservation plan that's powered by 2 HVAC climate conditioned vaults. And we're going to go into one right now. So, here's one. This is our HVAC, which is designed to keep the temperature at about 70 degrees. Relative humidity is kept at around 40-45%. It's in this room where our most brittle, rare, possibly expensive items are kept with TLC. We'd love to have an individual climate for every single format in the vault. Photographs, postcards, city directories may all have their own special needs, but we're kind of in a realm of one size fits all. So we call that a macro environment where we keep that 70 degrees, 45% relative humidity, and turns out to be pretty ideal. So, since this year's theme for the Archives Crawl relates to our 10th anniversary and celebrating, let's take some time to pick out a few items from the collection that relate to that theme. The first item we're going to take a look at is a party invitation for a party that took place in June 1948 over in Sierra Oaks. So roughly Fair Oaks Boulevard between Watt and Monroe. And the party was put together by 2 Sacramento High School students, Beth Breuner and then also Tom Pratt. The theme the invitation is based on the Li'l Abner comic strip that ran from 1934 to 1977. Very popular strip based in the mountain town of Dogpatch. So the party went off. We know that they were high school seniors, so Beth Breuner went on to Cal, Tom Pratt went off to the Air Force. Pratt eventually graduated from Sacramento State College, eventually called Sacramento State University. Breuner didn't finish at Cal. She met another big name Sacramentan named Ed Gravitas. So Breuner and Gravitas, both scions of those empires in jewelry and furniture, and the rest is history. But this very document gives you a real interesting insight into the art and the creativity of this time, also how the folks living in the more rarefied air of Sacramento were entertaining themselves, and then also maybe a little bit of insight into class perception during that time. One of the more unique aspects of the Sacramento collection is our book arts collection. Book arts is a genre of bookmaking whereby the form, the artisanal effort that goes into making a book sort of transcend the written word of that item. And so book art items can come in many different forms. One of my favorites is To California with Love. This work basically covers the evolution of California's Capitol buildings and locations all throughout time, the several different locations from Monterey to San Jose to Benicia and here, of course. And so To California with Love is very unique in the sense that when the Capitol was being renovated between 1976 and 1982, the Capitol Rotunda was rehabilitated. Part of doing that was the removal of copper. So the cover of the book is made out of the copper that was installed in the original Capitol in 1870, that original rotunda. So imagine this book cover having stood watch over the city for about a century. It's pretty amazing. And a lot of the work was done by Sacramentans with developmental disabilities. These young people are part of a group called the Handicrafters. So To California with Love, a wonderful book, and certainly a surefire gem within our book arts collection. So one of my favorite items out of the ephemera collection is this flyer and program from the art balls that were put on by Sacramento Junior College. They started in roughly 1927 and ran through the late 1940s. This particular program celebrates the 20th anniversary, of the 20th rendering of the ball that would have been held at Memorial Auditorium. The balls were amazing. They were unique. They were a real proving ground for a lot of students to show their skill set in fashion design, set design, project management. They were also a galvanizer of a really robust and strong SJC campus community. One of the great talents to come out of the art ball was Bernice Plifka. Plifka was a tremendous artist. She was actually the creator of the 1934 art ball program cover for Storybook Ball. Plifka went on to great success in Southern California, working for Warner Brothers, doing a lot of background art for cartoons in particular. And she went on to teach at the prestigious Art Center College of Design in Los Angeles. So a great product of Sacramento Junior College. Now, if you're interested in seeing more and learning more about the art balls, we recommend you watch historian Bruce Marwick's presentation on the art balls, which was conducted in January 2020. You can find the presentation on the Sacramento Public Library's YouTube page under Features. We miss you and know you can't be here in person, but you can visit us online with our digital collections. You can get there by going to www.saclibrary.org. It's there you're going to find thousands of digitized items that you can search by keyword. can also send us reference questions at sacroom@saclibrary.org. We hope you've enjoyed your time with us, and we hope you enjoy the rest of the 2020 Sacramento